I got us going live. Chumley's in the bar. You got what McFloyd going on. I'll share.
Yep, just good Tuesday afternoon, everyone. Waiting for the crowd to file in, taking tickets as we speak. Ushers showing people to their seats.
Right up. There they are out there in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Look at that party end of the show. All right, let me see if I'm live and I can share. I'm live and I can share.
Me too.
Greg, this is a day ago. What's up with that?
It's your program that's supposed to do it. It's not doing it, I'm guessing, because, I see it from one day ago.
I know. What's up with that?
Your little program you have is not linking to your Facebook account. And then we have an Chum with an earful. I don't know if he's muted. He's got his own shit muted. He's sticking his ear up to his phone. I'm getting a good look inside his ear canal.
We can't hear him, Chum. We can't hear you, Chum.
I have no idea what's going on.
Well, yeah, this isn't going to go over well today. I don't know why. I am.
Where is the link being shown at then? YouTube?
YouTube and.
All right, well, here, I'll go to YouTube, get the link. Yes, it says we're live now. So I'm going to go over here, get the link, started 98 seconds ago.
Here we go. I'll do the same and I'll post it on my page.
Share it. It's going to let me. Okay.
Facebook just doesn't love me, man. I don't know
Copy.
why.
And then I'll go to my Facebook page. Join the show now. And here's the link. Okay.
I got it as well.
All right. Posted there.
Chumley back on. Who's this?
I go to the Great White Capper page and I'll post it here. Join the show now. And there we go. Perfect. All right. We're shared. Did that entice anybody else to join us? No, I see we got two versions of Chum. That's interesting. Is that his twin brother?
Yeah, I got to get rid of his twin.
And it's like weird. He's got the phone next to his face. Does he not know his microphone's not working?
Well, there we go.
I don't know if he can hear us. And we just can't hear him. He has his mic muted, I'm assuming.
Smile. Do you think you can tell? Did they get you the train? You're here.
Let me see if I can post the live.
There's one. I see one. There's a tip. There's a viewer. Thank you for tuning in. Whoever this random viewer is, we're trying to get the link posted up.
And I'll post it here.
The hell we got going on here?
Join the show now. Yeah, we're hearing somebody else playing me over the top of when we were sending the link. I have no idea what that is.
That's me playing us live in the background.
Okay, well, don't do that. There's two. There's one. There's two. Two.
All right.
Makes a quorum.
We only got a few minutes till games roll, so
yes,
I just
sir.
posted on my webpage. Let's see what the thing is. If people, let's see. Look at that. It don't give me shit. It just gives me a link. That's all you get. Just a link. They won't show you the live show from YouTube. These bastards.
You have to click. You have to actually click it, I do believe.
Yeah, people aren't going to do that. So, all
Two
right.
times a lady.
So we got two viewers.
Yeah.
All right. Just give out your plays real quick, so we'll at least have them in the hopper. I'll give out mine, and we'll just
Yeah, let's do it.
kick off anyways.
MLB. Yeah, man, I was just wanting to actually go over the stuff with MLB, but actually have no viewers for the show. As I mentioned, the last 10 days, MLB best bets have been 8-2, doing real well. A big part of my handicapping strategy for Major League Baseball is to focus on starting pitchers. Look to find the best pitcher for the most conducive spot to winning. Yada yada yada. With that in mind, the last 10 starting pitchers I've had on board, you've had no pitcher has given up more than 3 runs. That happened only once. So you've given up a total of 11 runs in 10 starts in 169 outs. So they're getting about 17 outs to start, giving up 1 run. Last 10, that's good reason why we're 8-2 with those. The largest price on any of them has been -125. So focusing the 8 winners, 4 have been on underdogs. So it's working. So I got to try to keep this going. It's what I do is I follow the starting pitcher. And with that in mind, I encourage everyone, man, to really just check that Stat Fox. They have it where you can in chronological order put the pitchers units 1 in team starts from top to bottom. You can see from every pitcher that's made a start in baseball is on that chart. And I was noting my best bet tonight in Major League Baseball was going to be on fading a pitcher who I'm going to take Philadelphia with Zach Eflin at -105. I was just noting the pitcher that I'm going against tonight for St. Louis, Carlos Martinez, is next to last. Out of the 189 pitchers, he is number 188, losing the most money if you bet the team. I'm trying to find it right here. Yes, St. Louis, Martinez. They're 0-3 in his 3 starts. A couple of those were his pricey favorites. They've been awful. He hasn't looked good. Eflin, you get solid backing. We had him last start. He did a good job. Got out of wiggled off the hook a couple times. But we like him tonight, and it's -105, getting a great price. So Philadelphia is going to be the best bet tonight. Got one play we like, Kansas City. They're playing right now. Don't have the score right in front of me. I have to flick my screen. But we're also going to do a 2-team heavy chalk. It came out to about even money, White Sox and Dodgers. I did note that Giolito, the White Sox, have not been doing well in his starts. They're only 1-3, and a couple of those losses were his massive favorites. So, I mean, if you really just be careful betting him straight up. You don't want to get burned. The action card, the 3 plays I like for the action, we're going to go with the Cubs with Williams, +144. Milwaukee struggled last night. I know they stung some people. I'm going to come back with them on the run line tonight, +130. Like them off the loss in the opener of the series. Like the spot. Think they get the job done tonight. And I'm going to take the Scherzer with the Nationals, noting that the line has come down on 117. It was 130 earlier.
160.
Yeah.
I seen it as high as 160 opener.
Yeah, so you're probably dealing with some kind of lineup issue, I'm guessing, with the bats. But the Nationals are 3-1 in the 4 Scherzer starts, and he's got a nice chart. I like what I'm seeing when I look at his pitch, progressively getting the outs. Ideally, I want 20 outs. And I usually not going to get that from my starter on my best bet this early in the season. So you're probably hoping for more like 18. But if I can get 20 outs, give up 1 or 2 runs at the most, I feel like most of the time I'm going to be in these games with a chance to win. And in baseball, if you do that enough day after day, it's your best chance of coming out ahead. So that's my action. Philadelphia, best bet. Got Kansas City. They've started a 2-team parlay, White Sox with Dodgers. And then the action card, Cubs, Brewers run line, and the Nationals. That's what I like in baseball tonight. I've been getting everything going better. Started off kind of sluggish in baseball, Lou, but really got it going well.
Yeah, the
positive
Brewers
direction. Got everything in the green right now, so hope to keep it going.
There you go.
I see Chum join us. Go,
I
Chum.
like your White Sox.
These people,
like
Chum
your White
keeps giving
Sox.
me his phone.
What's
So
happening,
boys
Kimberly?
and not girls who are here, we are literally 0.5 miles away from the stadium. We're hanging out at a few of my favorite bars here And we are doing the over tonight on the Brewers. At least I am. We're split choice. And a few of us want the under, a few of us are saying the over. So I
I like
cannot
the
determine.
over, Kimberly. I'm with you.
Whichever you want to do, you can. I've gone on the over. A bunch of us over here have gone on the other. I apologize for most of our drunken state tonight, but this is my stomping grounds. I'm here every weekend that the Brewers are home. I'm down here. I will do a call out for dugout 54. That is my family. So, any of you who want to come down to the game, come on down. Ask for Kimberly or Brenda, and we will be here. Have a great night, everyone. We're going to enjoy a great game. Go Brewers.
All right. Thank you,
Go Brewers.
Kimberly, for the update.
Yes, thank you for that on location update of the action down the street, bar action outside the Brew Crew. I like it.
Dun, dun, dun. All right.
Who'd you like in baseball tonight, Lou? Did you have something for the card?
Yes, I have the under with Washington and Toronto under 8. So,
and I'll tell you, man, a lot of my plays lately, it's been going under with a lot of my. If you follow like my picks that I'm actually making, there's been a lot of 2-1, 1-0. I mean, I'm like picking out the low scoring games to bet on, but that's the way I like it, to be honest, because I can control more of the flow. I think with a good pitcher, there's less variables when the pitcher's on, and there's less runs to be had. You can just kind of sneak the way. Whereas it's a shootout and there's runs are cheap, man. It's harder to predict who's going to end up with more some of the time. So you got that. You got the under in that game. I agree with that kind of. Basically, I mean, look at the ERA of the two starters. So what is the total, Lou? What you got it at?
8.
7.
I got it under
8.
So
yeah,
Scherzer's been he's been on fire. So. And he's been rolling under, so I will roll with that one under, and they got a history of under. Then Colorado. Go ahead.
I was just going to mention Scherzer, 25 innings pitched, 33 strikeouts, 4 walks, WHIP .72, and an ERA under 2. I guess you could say he's been on to start the season.
Yeah, I guess He could be a hell of a horse. I mean, he's the
just
horse.
Don't get injured, man. If he doesn't get injured, man. Yeah. He needs to steer clear of the injuries that seem to nag him every year. Shoulder, something, stiffness. Yeah. And if he can avoid it, I mean.
So I'll roll with that one under today. I'm going to say under from last night with San Fran and Colorado. Play that again tonight. I know it lost yesterday, but I'll get it back here tonight. Then I will chase that Oakland streak. So we'll stick with that at a good price. Had it last night, and for just a little something. And
that was my best bet last night. Good pickup
pretty much
spot
because
there.
of you. Yeah.
They won 2-1, of course. 2-1 final.
And then I got the KC-Pittsburgh game under, which I think has probably started, right?
Yes, sir, it has. It's 1-0 Pirates, top of the second. So there's Pirates got a first inning run for the Pirates.
So I got that under. I did like the Miami-Milwaukee over with Chum a little bit there, but I didn't play it. I just went with a parlay. I parlayed the Astros with the White Sox instead of the Dodgers. I left the Dodgers alone. I was going to throw 3 of them in there, but then I says, you know what? I'll just leave the Dodgers out. I think those are the top 2. So, but the Dodgers are right there with it, and they can easily be in the winner today as well. So that's kind of it.
I was just going to give off this list real quick, Lou, talking about baseball, man. I actually put a little bit of time to do this so we could talk about it. Just how important we've mentioned it several times, how important it is what a team's record is when a pitcher starts. And basically it all boils down to that. So what you should do is constantly keep your eye on that top 10 and bottom 10 list. I mean, look, like I said, I'm fading number 188 out of 189 is Carlos Martinez. They're 0-3 in his starts. I'm fading him. But on the good side of the list, you got Flaherty, Cool, Nats, Rodriguez, Urias, Flexen, Darvish, Cueto. Not household names per se. You know who all these pitchers are, but they're not considered elite. But that's where the money is being made right now. You're getting good prices on these guys. And the same with some of these guys you should be fading. Basically, what you're getting is a bunch of overpriced guys, and the team's not winning. So it's just something as a baseball bettor, it would behoove you to kind of follow that when you get a chance to just keep your eye, follow the flow of these pitchers as the season progresses. And that's it for my rant today, Luke.
All right. So, yeah, I don't know what this Facebook issue is right now. I'm trying to go from another, but
not working.
Well, I'm going to work on it because I was actually setting it up. I was hoping to do, since there ain't nobody listening, we could just bullshit a couple guys. So there's our stuff. The couple of viewers. Appreciate you jumping aboard, and we will be back. I'll get this thing figured out so we can get more of a show tomorrow. Chumly will be back again tomorrow.
I'm gonna squeeze in my NBA real quick. I'm just gonna throw it out there, everybody, in case the two people watching and for the world to know later on before the game start. I like Milwaukee -9 as my best bet. I'm also going to back Portland as they look to snap their losing streak, going on the road at the Pacers. And then I'm also going to play Boston to bounce back from that beating in Charlotte. They're getting just a helpless OKC team tonight off a beating last night. So that's who I got in the NBA. And we'll figure out the issues, and tomorrow we'll have it straightened out. Thanks for tuning in. And thanks for watching later on, guys. Good luck. Lou, talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Yeah. No, I want to. Like I said, Are you available tomorrow night? I was trying to set up to do the new show.
Yeah, we'll have to decide. We'll figure out what time are you wanting to do it.
7 p.m.
Our time. Yeah. Let me. I got to come up with a way to do it to where everybody. How long are we thinking about doing it? An hour, 4:30 hour?
Yeah.
Just bullshit for a little while. Okay.
Yeah, I'll set the stage. Pull out
I'm gonna have a different scene. I'll probably move to a different part of the house. Kind of have a different scene for the nighttime show. I think.
Yeah.
I won't do the jacket and tie or whatever. I'm not going to be that clean.
No. You got to get the black light and the.
I actually got some of that shit around here. Something, yeah. I was going to like the dream catcher and some wind chimes outside or something, man. But we'll figure out something, man.
Yeah. So, but and then once I kind of set the stage, then you'll get to pick a song. You'll get to think of a song that we can dissect in the future. I mean, I tell you right now, if you want to do it on the first show, but you got to kind of understand where I'm coming from before you kind of pick a song.
I mean, sure, I can come up with some random songs. I'm like a jukebox of the mind, man. I can dig them out of my ass. Okay, well, Kung Fu Fighting, Carl Douglas. Let's dissect that.
Well, that might be all right. So we'll test it out. Let's see, Kung Fu Fighting, Carl Douglas. That's gonna be a tough.
Their hands were fast as lightning. Huh. It was just a little bit frightening. Huh.
It could
Those
just.
guys were Kung Fu Fighting. Oh.
Are you gonna sing every time we come up with a song? Are you gonna sing while?
I mean, that's for people that don't know the song. You got to kind of get a little.
I know. Yes, we're gonna. Yes. So there you go. Yes. So we'll have to put a ding and stuff. Okay, great. There you go. You can set it up.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll normally know when to stop, man. I'll be like,
there you go. Thank you, Tony.
Gotcha. The Carl Douglas Kung Fu Fighting.
So
see, that's just some random song
from Funky Chinatown. They were chopping them up and they were down. It's an ancient Chinese art. Everybody knew their part. From a faint
Everybody
to
knew
a
the part. Everybody
kicking
was
on
kung fu fighting. Ha! Da 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 ba ba ba.
There was Funky Billy Chin and Semi Chung. He said, "Here comes the big boss. Let's get it on." We took a ball and made a stand and started swinging with the hand. The sudden motion made me skip into a brand new. Everybody was a kung fu.
Everybody was
I don't know.
kung
It's kind of kung fu
fighting.
fighting right now, aren't we?
Oh yeah, we're
Everybody's,
definitely kung fu
we're kung fu fighting the fucking
Ha!
China.
Man,
right?
that's just
We're
to
kung
get
fu
your water
fighting.
in. You got a kung fu fight just to get your water in your bread, man.
That's it. There you go. And, yeah, you want to know something? Many songs will all come down to the fight, the big apocalyptic fight between man versus man, and that was their plan, to have each other fight hand to hand. I'm making this up as we go. See how funny?
See, you can refer back to this as your show chart or mission statement. You know, as what am I looking to accomplish with this show? Oh yes,
well,
we're going to discuss the simulation of lyrics.
Yes,
and how they use them to control you. You've been controlled.
I know, but I see if I put this movie on, we'll probably get banned. But I would like to show every time well, yeah, well,
I think it's all right if I sing.
No,
we have to do the lines ourselves.
We're talking about it because it's one of those copyright infringements that they catch me on. So let's test it. Let's test this thing out. Scary fucking.
You're gonna get busted, man. You better not put it up. I say you can't use the clip or likeness. I can sit here.
Man, you better not put it up, man.
I can sit here and back and forth. Me and you can like do the scene from the movie. That would be legal. But to actually play the clip or the likeness of the clip, you follow me? I mean, I could like sit here with a keyboard and play any song I wanted to. There's not a damn thing they can do about it. But if I play that record, we're fucked.
No, if we're critiquing the movie and we're using,
so you're trying to say as a news source, but yeah, you have to have credit or give credit at the end to them.
We can't, and you're not watching the movie in context of the movie.
Right. Let's like just doing a Sissel and Ebert movie review or something. I feel you. Yeah, I was thinking anytime you play something like that, you're asking for it, kind of. It'll be their linchpin, their excuse if they ever want to, to do something. That's what they'll use. You know, you're giving them the shit to put on the chopping block just by doing it.
Here, let me give you. I'll give different for you. All right, let's see if you can. Let's see what this one does. This one we won't get blocked. I've already got it covered. There it is. Oh, it's the wrong video. See what that is? I'm at the top of the Vatican. That's the head of a snake.
Yeah, I can't make all that out. The top of the Vatican, is that what that's supposed to be?
Vatican, the buildings. Look at all the buildings. It's a snake. The Vatican is a snake. It wraps around the key. I got some fucked up shit there.
Yeah.
See?
That is kind of crazy then. All right. Well, I'll let you work on that part. I'll just make fun of it or join along and think it's right. I'll agree or disagree. Is it what is that, Hollywood Squares? Greg, I'm going to disagree.
You're going to disagree?
I'm going to go haul in for the block, you know. I disagree.
You disagree? Maybe.
Maybe. All right. Well, I'll let you work on that part. I'll just make fun of it or join along and think it's right. I'll agree or disagree. Is it what is that, Hollywood Squares? Greg, I'm going to disagree. I'm going to go haul in for the block, you know. I disagree.
You disagree.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends on the question. After each question, they ask you a question. You know, everyone's different. I'm open-minded, kind of. I'm old-fashioned.
yeah.
I'm old-fashioned, but I'm probably more open-minded than somebody else that in my position would probably normally be. I'm willing to listen.
I'm pretty old-fashioned too, but that changes too. You gotta you see things. You see things.
Man, are we sure that's not like a? I don't know. Did you ever do acid in your earlier? Perhaps you have a.
We're going here, are we? I did in college. I did
it a couple times myself. I think I got a bad batch with too much string on it.
Less than 5.
Yeah, it wasn't a couple, 2 or 3 times for me. I think the last one I did had too much strychnine in it. And I had the feeling like I was choking or whatever. I couldn't breathe and shit. And I was like, yeah, that's the end of this. I'm done with this shit, dude. Thank you and no thank you. And that was the end of it. But that was definitely different. Yeah, the mushrooms seemed a little milder. I did quite a few of those, the mushrooms.
Yeah.
Didn't stick with you quite as long. It wasn't quite as intense as the LSD shit. That shit was like,
wasn't
no
quite
thank
the
you. No thank you on the LSD, dude. I can see how people could take too much of that shit and turn into like schizophrenics or paranoid delusion. You could end up mentally ruined from that shit.
All right, so I'm going to take it to where it is. That's why I want to piece together like the opening for the show. We got the Eye in the Sky from
ELO. Eye in the Sky.
No, Alan Parsons Project.
Alan Parsons. That is Alan Parsons. Okay, yeah, I can.
So here, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you some lyrics so we can start the show.
How many times? Here's what I want you to be able to tell me. How many times in that song, "Eye in the Sky," is the phrase "I can read your mind"? How many times is that actually?
Many. Part of the brainwashing.
I can read your mind.
That's part of the brainwashing.
Predator. Oh, dude, like 500 times in that song.
All right, so let me give you a little list of songs.
Eye in the Sky. Okay, Eye in the Sky, Alan Parsons. Got it.
All right, Salisbury, Gabriel.
Salisbury. I'm not familiar with that song. I'd have to listen to it.
Well, listen to it and listen to it and absorb the lyrics, and we'll talk about it.
Salisbury Hill.
So eventually you'll be bringing me something that I don't know. And I'll be going, hey, what the fuck? So
I can do that with song lyrics all day long, dude. Yeah, I intertwine song lyrics and shit all the time.
You know what it is? It's basically like a movie or like my idea is pretty much like one of those music shows. Instead of name that tune, or you see the guys, you got the black kids that are listening to the rock music for the first time ever. And you
reaction
get their
video, the reaction videos, or whatever. Yeah,
so,
I do the same shit for all pop cultures, movies, music.
How about think about it? That chat room is going to fly with people sending lyrics, and we're going to be, they're going to be throwing in their ideas. That's all. It's just fun, but at the same time, I'll guide it towards my little simulation and how this is, and let's keep it towards the simulation. When you have a lyric, think of it towards the way the theme of the show is. Let's put it that way.
The world is run by an organization known to many as Snafu. We have to avoid the snafu. I just invented that. I just made that up. Some shit like that. You want like a biography, a backstory
at the end of the tunnel.
Like a backstory to it and shit. So I have like character development, people, Mr. Brown, if you've been visited by Mr. Brown, you will know who I'm talking about. I wouldn't need to describe him to you. That kind of, and turn it like a fictional walk through someone's reality, perhaps. But
Yeah, you know, and
maybe if you
maybe
create
like
it good enough, people will believe it and shit.
well, listen, we're going to go to the Matrix. We'll be talking about the Matrix, and the people that the twins that wrote the Matrix, the transgender twins. You know about those guys?
Yeah, I mean, basically.
You follow them. You follow them a little bit. You follow. They Live. We talk about They Live, and what's that? John Carpenter. I mean,
is that the one with the Roddy? Was that the Roddy Piper with the glasses? Yeah. Keith David. I've seen. I think I made my wife watch that maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I saw it was on. I was like, watch this. Kind of dumb. It's late 80s production, so you kind of what you see is what you get. I mean, it wasn't great production. I could see that movie being better with some CGI or better effects and shit. It was kind of cheesy, but yeah, the plot with the all-seeing eye, everybody. Oh, they know we have one. He can see us. He can see us.
Oh yeah. Oh, maybe that's what I'll name the show.
Yeah.
We got one that can see.
That can see. Yeah, there you go. All right, Lou. Well,
let
me know, man. Figure something out. Let me know. I'll let you work on that. I'm gonna get out of here.
All right. Well, hold on. I want you to listen. I want you to make a little soundtrack. So write these down. So don't distract me, and we'll get done quick.
Okay.
So, all right. So you got Salisbury Hill.
Let me write that down. Salisbury Hill. Okay.
Peter Gabriel.
I know
that's the basis. Okay, but that's the basis of everything. He's the one that tells you how you meet the eagle, or how he met the eagle. And he's the one that admits to selling your soul, or so to speak. Meeting the eagle, and just listen to the song and
give me I'll figure it out. Give me the list. Yeah.
All right. And then we have what else did I just give you? I just gave you
Salisbury Hill,
Eye in
man.
the Sky.
Yeah, Eye in the Sky. I know that.
Eye in the Sky. Eye in the Sky.
Yeah.
So
Salisbury Hill.
And then yes. And then you want to listen to Alien Ant Farm is Smooth Criminal. But you really just need to tie these together. You don't have to listen to the songs because not the lyrics.
Smooth Criminal, is that like the Michael Jackson? Jackson Smooth Criminal?
Yes, but they redid it and they got a #1 hit.
Right, I kind of an edgy metal sound to it. I know somebody else did an edgy metal sound to it too. Same. Smooth Criminal. They're like hammering the riff as they kind of hammer it on the guitar.
That's them. Yeah, that's them.
Who is it?
Yeah.
Alien Ant Farm? Is that what you said?
Yeah, but that's all. You don't have to worry about the lyrics. I'm just saying, just marry Alien Ant Farm, Smooth Criminals, in your face stuff. I'm telling you, this stuff is in your face, like the police. Every breath you take, they'll be watching you. Not a coincidence that the police.
You don't think it was just the brother writing the song?
Right. So to me, well, no, look at it this way. When a rock star goes to the mountain and sells his soul to the idol master, okay, whoever that may be, the simulator is what I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him, the Mighty Oz. So the rock star wants to be a rock star, and the Mighty Oz says, hey, I'm going to make you a rock star, okay? But you are now beholden to me. Do you not believe that is possible?
Man.
You don't think that was done in the rock era?
Like somebody say, like what are you talking about? It's like somebody offering to make somebody a star. That's kind of how it works, right?
Sure. Well, sure.
A lot of it's happenstance. That's nice. A lot of times you're going to have some kind of
many
talent,
times it's happenstance.
some charisma to go with it.
Okay.
There's a lot of people out there that are talented. They probably just
And God
don't
bless
get
them
noticed.
all.
Just never
God
get the
bless
chance.
them all. They all deserve their credit. That's not what this show is about.
Yeah.
This show is about the ones that are not happenstance.
Right.
Okay. So now, let's say who's
So
not
are we
happenstance.
saying that Albert Einstein had to be an alien, right? Had to be. How can a human being?
He could have been enlightened.
How can a human being, right, think so far and conceptually come up with things that there's no possibility he would have any understanding of what exactly he was postulating beyond what he was able to conceive in his own mind. Now, how he was able to do it, like I said, if that been for Albert Einstein, astrophysics and physics and our understanding of it would have been set back 50 years. Who's going to have been the guy that would have filled the gap if Einstein hadn't come up with the simple simplicity of relativity and general relativity? You know, without that shit, dude, we would have no understanding of any of this particle. Like, none of this shit would have any basis. Gravity, our understanding of how gravity works without him would not exist. So to me, if anybody's like outside the realm of what I would think a normal person could come up with, it's Albert Einstein. And he said he got it from sitting in a patent office, watching a clock tick in the town square, looking out, seeing the people move around like ants. And it kind of formulated, you know, it's kind of like, okay, well, I don't know what's in your coffee, dude, but, you know, I don't come up with relativity. Understanding that space and time is an interwoven fabric that can be affected by gravity, that you can't separate the two out. At that point in time, how he figured it out on his own, basically, you know, you could argue that's what, you know, there, you could go all day talking about. I know a lot about Einstein,
sure,
and I could go on all day.
No, I get all that, but the point I'm making is, sure, well, let's go to Obama said, you know, you didn't create that, you had help. Okay. So let's use that as a premise.
Obama's like he couldn't carry Einstein's backpack to class.
I get it. I'm not an Obama fan. I'm just trying to take bits and pieces and you know, and derange the world into my own way. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. I'm deranging it from what I've seen.
You're not focused on the real science per se. You're kind of.
Oh no, I'm very much. I'm not focused on how the science works. I'm focused on what is the science and what is the motive behind the science. So, and I know that you can open up a wormhole out here with the same machinery that we see. Here we go, Scott McCullen's here. Scott McLean. Popped in their mind, all right, with a full knowledge of said ideas. Yes. So many times that happens. But
what he did that was different was not only did he understand it, but he was able to spend like the next 3 decades of his life putting it on paper with mathematical equations that made it intertwine and make sense. That's where he extended that.
I could never do what I say.
Right, exactly. That's like 99.999%. We can conceive and think of all kinds of ridiculous shit, but we can never begin to sit down and put it on paper to where we could pass it off to someone else.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Gravity existed before it was written down on paper.
Gravity's always existed. Right. Gravity's always existed.
There you go.
Always
it doesn't have to be written down on paper for it to have happened or be happening.
What he explained, though, is how it affected even things like light. You know, how in space-time, how a ray of light traveled through space-time, that gravity would bend that shit. And based on your perception, that's how you would see it. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's actually altering reality based on your perception. That's how strong gravity is. And he actually was able to put that shit on paper. It took dudes 40 years, and they're still, even last couple years, Lou, they're still proof. Yep, Einstein was right. You know, that what we just calculated, proved he's correct.
All right, so let me put some science on paper for you.
Yeah, that's what you
Because
got to
it's not
do.
about knowing. It's not about knowing how the science works.
Right.
Okay. At the end of the day, it's just a matter: does the science work? Can the scientists make it happen? So now we have the anti-gravitation machine that I've witnessed in my own mind. Okay. So, and I'm going to kind of get to that here in a second, Scott. So now I know that it can open up a wormhole, and a UFO can open a wormhole and disappear in that, and it's the same as the cartoon UFO. Now that UFO is the same design that we've seen from the hieroglyphics from way back when. In fact, hieroglyphics that match from Egypt match Arizona. Tell me how the fuck that happens. Okay, the pterodactyl go over and say, "Hey, I saw this," and are you kidding me? So there's no way the hieroglyphics can match. And if you want to look it up, it's in the Smithsonian, like 1930s. They buried this shit, but it's in there. And there are hieroglyphics in the Hualapai out there by you, the Hopis or whatever. I don't,
Hopi?
but
the Hopis?
The Hopis, yes. Down in the Grand Canyon, there are hieroglyphics that are very similar, and I believe some are
So
exact.
like birds or whatever, kind of something in that.
The hieroglyphic?
Yeah,
No, it's
representation
the
of like
old
a
design.
bird with like the
No,
people
it's a
standing
message.
there lined up with the star people. Isn't that off the movie? Are we back to the movie Stargate again?
Almost, yes. So, well,
Right.
let me put it this way. How the fuck did they have the same visions? Okay. So,
And
but
write and
anyways,
draw them down and make them and record them. That's the most important thing. Thousands of years later, people actually did find them.
yes.
I don't
So
know.
now it's the same design. It's the same design
Roughly,
as it was
I
thousands
guess.
of years ago.
That's subjective.
What I saw, let me get to the point here. What I saw was the same design as 1,000 years ago.
Okay.
So the same thing that we see on the cartoons, the UFO, the flying saucer, open a wormhole, close it. So if that technology has been here for thousands of years, okay, then the other technology, everything has been available for thousands of years. What we have is we have a superior species who is teaching us how to become this great. Think of what we've learned over the last 100 years, how fast we've learned it. So they are teaching us while not letting us learn too much. They know exactly how to teach us. They know exactly what not to teach us.
That sounds like the movie Contact with Jodie Foster. That's Carl Sagan wrote that book. That's Carl Sagan.
Okay, so guess what? Means did I see the movie? Maybe when I was a fucking kid, and I thought it was the most boring thing ever, and would never even cross my mind.
It's in the radio signal. We pick it up. It's actually instructions for how to construct basically a machine to open up a wormhole. It's Carl Sagan. That's actually a good book. You ought to read the book. The movie's half-assed. The book's actually pretty good. I read the book.
Okay, but remember, I don't read books. Okay, I don't. I'm just telling you. I struggled. For one, I catch on fairly quick. So, or you got to be really fucking good to keep my interest, one or the other, because I'm usually at the final chapter in the first chapter. Because I
just like to know what they're thinking to understand their position or whatever, especially when I'm reading on like science and it's like Carl Sagan's good, great. Like Isaac Asimov was another. I don't know. I mentioned him to you the other day. You got to look into.
You're gonna talk about people and their books.
Right, they've been writing H.G. Wells. H.G. Wells with the Time Machine, dude, in the 1880, whenever the hell that was.
That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna put all these guys together. You're gonna act like I've read all their books. I've read none of it, zero. But yet I've put all the pieces together. All these fuckers.
Probably kind of
take that science fiction and shove it up your ass. It's fucking real. That's the first time I've ever got interest in science fiction, was the day that I found out the fucking shit was real. And I was well in my 30s at that stage.
You know, it could all be just like a composite of your life, of your life's impression of all the information you've absorbed throughout your entire life. Now I'm playing like poor man's psychiatrist, psychologist here. This is about you absorb all that entire information, so it's imprinted on you throughout your entire life. Okay, even if you haven't seen the movie or read the book or this or that, over time, you know, you'll pick up something, so you absorb it, and that's what becomes you. It evolves as part of your psyche, this thing you feel is reality that, you know, is perhaps bits and segments are based on real events, but somehow it gets entangled into something and morphs into something else.
Entangled. Oh, wait till we get to that song. Wait till we write that song down. Entangled.
Entangled.
Yeah, entangled. Okay, so now, if that technology is available, and the technology that's available today, wireless brain technology, you can put out we got bionic arms that can work with our minds.
Right now, they probably got that, because anything that they can put an electrode to, like they've done 40 years ago with somebody like fucking Hawking or whatever. Me and my wife have always joked about him being kept alive that long with Lou Gehrig's disease. It's freakish. It's impossible that they just basically were keeping his brain alive. But yeah, they're using his brain waves to control. So if they can do that, if they can do that, then they can control stuff remotely, I'm sure.
Okay, so now they can plant visions in your mind. So if they could fly like Superman 2,000 years ago, they've been able to plant visions in your mind for the past 2,000 years. Just like Scott said. But now let's write down another song. The Sounds of Silence.
The Sounds of Silence. Simon and Garfunkel?
Well, if you want to listen to that shitty ass version,
I mean, that's the original song. I mean, just the actual.
They are the originals, but they suck when you listen to Disturbed. It's just like so much better. Kind of funny.
Okay.
So now you got Disturbed or whatever, Sounds of Silence. So now, and wait till you meet Vic. You've already met Vic, but Vic will tell you about technology that's been here that actually maps out your brain and reads your mind in real time and feeds you. Wait till he tells you about Urban Meyer. He's got the technology in his head. Look for the picture doing this in his head all the time when he's talking. He's got technology in his head.
Well, they have to implant. So they suggest like an implant of some type, or nanites. Yes. Are we talking about the nanites, man? Some nanotechnology where they put the, like, you know what I mean? Is that what we're going? I mean, something's got to be used.
But if that's available today, that's been here the whole time. They're just showing us how we could do it to ourselves. So think about it. If you wanted to control a planet, you wanted to enslave a planet, what are you going to do? You're going to try to get the planet to be the slaves, to build you the infrastructure and build you the technology to catch you up to speed. So they can get rid of you and then just use you. What are they going to use you for? They're going to use you for the ultimate resource. Blood is a fountain of youth.
And don't go Matrix. You're going Matrix with the C-cell battery, right?
Oh, baby. What do you think the C-cell battery is? It's blood.
You kept alive with the proteins at the end of the day.
Yes, and the marrow.
C-cell battery.
The marrow will extend the body. The
marrow. Life. If I was making soup, you want a good marrow. All right, I got to get out of here, man.
There you go. All right, sleep on it. We'll talk about it again tomorrow.
All right, later.
Scott, I'll see you again. We'll see you again tomorrow. We're going there, Scott. So.